Hey YouTube, what's going on, y'all? This is literally my sixth time trying to do this video. People keep calling while I'm trying to get my damn review. The purpose of this video, I'm going to be reviewing these Atlanta households. And these bitches are still in Africa. Yeah. So let's jump in while the jump in is good. Like I said, they're still in Africa. And with this episode, it seemed like everybody was a little bit more calm at the beginning of the episode. You know, they was all sitting down, eating, they were talking about how, all their charity work, in Africa, about how, it felt good giving back, to the less fortunate, blah, blah, blah. Everybody was giving their own little personal, stories and stuff like that. And, all of the women were like sincerely getting along. And that was, for me, I never, it's, how can I say this and not sound crazy, but I like to see them all fight with each other, but it's also good to see them all get along. And my lighting is so horrible right now. Like, y'all, I'm real, ooh, okay. Let's try to fix this real fast, like real quick. Oh shit. Ooh. I'm trying to record this on my phone, y'all. Oh, but that's a little bit too close. Okay, so that's a little bit better. So, they were all like, like I said, they were getting along. They weren't fighting. They were actually like, conversing with each other. Nene was conversing with Sheree, Sheree was, hey girl, and Nene was like, girl, and Nene was talking with Phaedra, and it was really good to see, because I don't like to see them fighting all the time. I do like to see, when they actually can get along and stuff like that. So I actually saw that. But just like Cynthia said, that, it happens for a little while, but it always goes back to what it was. So, during the episode and stuff like that, they all decided to go, well, it was planned for them to go on like a little safari or whatever, and they go out to, the wilderness. But when they get up that morning, who is it? Marlon, aka Marlo, aka Mal, aka Melvin, aka the bitch with the hard looking face, she gets sick. She throwing up all over the goddamn place, and I'm gonna get on her in a minute. Let me finish it. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I'm gonna get back to her in a minute. So I can just feel y'all rolling your eyes at Marlo. But yeah, so they decide they were gonna go on a safari. Marlo wakes up sick that morning, and Nurse Leaks decides to stay and help her through her time of need. Nene is a good one, honey, because I would have left that bitch laying right there in that bed. That's just me. That's just me, though. Because I don't know you like that. Like, I really don't know you like that. So, they all go out, and, and let me just say this also. Y'all, I'm not trying to make this video long, but this whole talls versus smalls, I'm not here for that. I'm really not here for that. I'm really not here for that. Anyway, going back. So, Phaedra, Sheree, Cynthia, and Candy, those four go out on a little expedition or whatever. And it seems like as soon as they get in the motherfucking buggy, they supposed to be looking at wildlife and shit like that. They start talking about folks. They start talking about, Marlo. And then they, start talking about Kim. And it's real interesting because this fact, if you didn't watch the episode, you would have to listen to, some of the conversation that they're having about Kim going to Africa. It was said by one of them that they couldn't picture, Kim being in Africa holding a black baby. That's a very key piece to this whole argument that went down on this episode. So, they talking, whatever, and, they decide to stop for, a little, I guess it's like brunch or whatever, and Nene shows up. And it's, Nene was like, yeah, she went to sleep, Marlo, she went to sleep, so I decided to come on a safari or whatever. And, it seems like, again, they're all getting along, and, Kim is brought back up again, and, Nene makes the reference of Kim being their boss, the Smalls' boss. And if you don't know, the Smalls are Candy, Sheree, and Phaedra. Those are the Smalls. And Phaedra's like, no, well, all of them are like, oh, no, she don't run nothing over here, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So, they all say, well, you know what, let's, blah, 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 let's toast, boom, bam, boom, let's go on back to, the little, where we're staying. And, of course, here comes the fuckery. Sheree has to go and call Kim and start talking to Kim. Pause. Sweetie motherfucking Jenkins. I don't even know if that's your last name, but that's what I'm calling you. Sweetie Jenkins. Sweetie, whatever your last name is. I'm not here for you to mash your ass lips. I'm not here for you and Black Friday or Pink Friday, whatever that shit is you had on your lips. I'm gonna need you to stop. S-T-O-P, stop. Because that shit you had on your lips looked ridiculous. Re-fucking ridiculous. Sis, I need you to find you some neutral color, some maybe gloss, some maybe red, but pink, bubblegum pink, is not your fucking color. Play. Okay, so they call Kim, and Kim is like, oh, you guys having fun, and then here comes Sheree with her trifling ass. Well, Kim, Candy said that she couldn't picture you coming to Africa, and holding black babies. That's when the fuckery starts. And Candy was like, well, I didn't say that. And which, Candy didn't say that. I don't care what none of y'all say. I don't care. If you go back to that episode, that did not come out of her mouth. That did not come out of her mouth. So, that gets Kim all upset, and they cut to Kim talking to Sweetie, blah, blah, so on and so forth. Anyway, so then later in the episode, they all, go to this witch doctor. Or I could be out of place, y'all, but they go to this witch doctor, honey, and this witch doctor, I think, is on some shit, or he's smoking that good shit. But he was, kind of giving all their little fortunes or whatever, and he tells Sheree she old and she need to stay in the house because she ain't gonna ever get married no more. I found that so funny, so funny, honey. And she was telling Nene that despite what your husband done, he loves you, but I can tell that you're not happy. And, he was telling, Candy about her past relationship. She was telling, I don't know if this man was right, wrong, whatever. He told Marlon that, you need to find the right one that's for you. Like I said, I don't know if this man... It seemed like he hit Nene, boom. And it seemed like he hit Sheree, boom. Because I don't ever see no man trying to be with he by Sheree. So anyway, they go to a museum or whatever. That was the museum or whatever. Then, they go in and they get their faces painted and they get, this little African garb to put on or whatever. I don't know the precise word of it. And then they go in and they start talking, again. It seems like they were kind of semi getting along, but then Kim's name is brought back up. Then this is when the fuckery really hits the fan. Like, they call Marlo out for being really pretentious. In which, okay, pause. Marlo, I've said this in previous videos, you can tell Marlo has never had anything because she's always, Kristen Louboutin this, Um, I, Coco Chanel this. Kate's, honey, we know you have it. That whole scene with you in your room with all this shit, you took the time to lay that shit out. You should have been reading a book. You should have been reading a book. Like, really. So, she's just basically saying, well, I like fashion, that's my thing. And, honey, I totally understand that. My thing is cheerleading, but you don't hear me talking about it 24/7. You don't hear me saying every time I talk to somebody, well, yeah, I won 2 national titles. You don't hear me saying every time I talk to somebody, yeah, I can do a round out back end spring full. I don't say that. It's just kind of like, okay. It's just kind of known. So then they get on to, Candy. And Candy, I have to really, really give this to you, honey. You stuck up for yourself, which I didn't think you'd do that. You and your little Mousketeer looking ass. She called out Sheree Sheree, you said I said this, but I didn't say it. And then she goes over to Cynthia and Cynthia, did I say this? And Cynthia's like, no, you didn't say that. Boom. Honey, you got clocked for your tea, Sheree. Sheree always trying to start some shit. That's why I don't like about that horse-looking bitch, Mr. Ed. That's the problem that I have with Mr. Ed, a.k.a. Sheree. She's always trying to start shit. Like, girl, really? Really? That's all you had better to do was start some shit. So now they actually seeing Sheree's true colors. Blah, blah, so on and so forth. So, I think with the next episode that's coming, they're going to have... Well, that was actually the night that they were supposed to be leaving. The next episode, I think they're actually going to be leaving Africa, going back to, Atlanta, blah, blah, so on and so forth. I just don't know what else to say. It was a good episode. It wasn't a great episode. I mean, I found it kind of funny that they was all talking about sex positions and, Sheree had the nerve to call out something that was, is it gay if my, man got his legs tooted all up, honey? Well, you should have been asking Sheree that. I mean, not Sheree. You should have been asking Cynthia and what's her name? Lips, Phaedra. You should have been asking her about that, because, honey, they husbands is fucking each other, so I've said that too, honey. Somebody is giving up the booty. I can just see that. I bet you Apollo is the bottom. Let me stop. I can't. So anyway, y'all, that's just basically my quick review of these Atlanta House bitches. I hope you all enjoy. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. If I forgot anything, y'all, drop that shit below. You know what to do. I don't have to tell y'all what to do. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later.